This is the first course, and we're here for a few reasons in Sandy, Utah at the River Oaks Golf Course. Ethan's here to try out their breakfast sandwiches. Dylan's here because he's never played here before, and I came back for revenge. Oh, you. So if you did a Google search for River Oaks Golf Course, the little man inside of your computer screen would have a hard time deciding which of the 17 River Oaks golf courses in North America you were talking about. Because apparently it's a popular name for golf courses. Might have something to do with oak trees and their propensity for growing nearby rivers. When you look at where the course is built, it makes sense. Salt Lake City is just a hair away from being a desert. The summers dry up whatever streams may have existed after the winter snow is run off, leaving behind the Jordan River. This freshwater glorified canal runs all the way from Utah's second largest body of water north to the first largest body of water, the Great Salt Lake. And for those of us who didn't pay attention in 4th grade geography class, rivers, given enough time, form canyons. And while the Jordan River hasn't been around long enough to do that, it has left some scars on the landscape. So, in order for the golf course to coexist with the river, the architect had to learn how to share. So, the architect in question is a guy named William Neff. William Neff designed 27 golf courses over the course of his life. 2 of those were not in Utah, so 25 of those courses were in Utah. The 2 that weren't in Utah, there's one in Montana and one in Wyoming. So here's the task he was given. We have this plot of land along the banks of the river. There are a lot of trees and kind of marshy areas for you to navigate, and we want to be a friendly place where golfers can come to try to play a little bit better than they did last time, so don't make it too hard. And with those ingredients, he made what is, in my opinion, the perfect cocktail of a golf course. Not everybody is a martini kind of guy. Not everybody's like a gin and tonic kind of person. This golf course does it for me. So when the PGA is looking for courses to play their tournaments at, like there are a couple courses that are just always tournament ready. But occasionally they'll go somewhere that they don't typically go. Like here in a couple weeks, they're going down to Black Desert in Utah. At Black Desert, they've had to build new tee boxes for the PGA because the course just isn't long enough for them. They hit it really far. And they hit it really well. And like the shorter distances you give them, then the better they're gonna hit it. So you have to make it longer so that you can open up more room for error and you can make the course challenging enough for those players. River Oaks isn't a long course, but it is so punishing. It is so tricky that like you have to be able to hit your shots where you wanna hit them. So it's the perfect course to come if you have the kind of relationship with your dad that I do, where you hit the ball really long and really far, and that typically gives you the advantage. This course would be the equalizer. You cannot hit the ball long here. And so if he's the kind of player that has the ability to put the ball right where he wants to play it, this is a really good course for you and him to have a really even match.
She's high. Should be all right, I think.
I think it should be all right.
Yeah, you're at the base of the tree.
So the reviews of the golf course are just splattered with all kinds of warnings that Ethan would have found interesting. They say things like, don't bring your kids here, you'll lose a lot of golf balls. Or they'll say things like, the greens were too fast, the greenskeeper must have had a bad night. Or I saw one that said, I hit the longest, straightest, smoothest drive I've ever had in my life, and I still miss the fairway because they're so tight. So the fun thing about River Oaks, it's a links style course, which means that anytime you're off the fairway, you're left with the difficult decision of, do I use my rescue hybrid or a farmer's scythe or a flat bladed shuttle? Keep coming, walk over toward me. You see it there? You see it there?
Right here.
So Ethan,
under this pile of dirt.
I left my gardening trowel at home. I'm sorry. What club are you taking here?
I'm gonna take a rigid shovel.
But the biggest itch this course scratches for me is the one that I get when I'm worried about if I'm getting better. So when I told you that I wanted to play this course for revenge, Like, it's not because I lost the ball that my girlfriend had drawn a pretty picture of at the time. It's not because I had a really terrible round. I actually played really, really well here. The reason I want revenge is that was 8 months ago, and I want to prove to myself that I've gotten better since then. And I think this is the perfect course for me to do that, because this is that perfect balance of, yeah, it helps if you hit it far, but you got to be good. You got to put the shots in the right spots. The driving range here has mats that they'll ask you to hit from occasionally, but it's as in often as they can, preferring to let players practice from the turf. They have multiple chipping and putting areas, and they take good care of their practice bunker. The staff are exceptionally friendly, and you can tell they're given proper facilities and tools to give you the highest quality lessons that your money can buy. As an added bonus, they work hard to stay open for as much of Utah's harsh winter as they possibly can. In fact, when every other course in the state was closed on February 3rd, 2024, this is where I came to play. So I love the variety about the course. By the time when we started on the 10th hole, which is where we started today, the trouble was trees and tight fairways, and then we've seen holes where trouble was the water. This one is a very short par 4. It's 248 yards from here. And so the architect just did, I think, a really, really masterful job of making the course just the right level of difficulty. Like, it's not a tour level difficulty course. Like, for it to be a tour level difficulty course, it would have to be a lot longer. But the course is riddled with hazards and trouble, and just it's like we're mice in a maze trying to find our way to get to the cheese. We follow our first shot, and then from there we have to figure out what do we need to do, what turn do we need to take the next shot and get into the hole. All right, so this is what I'm talking about. We've got a nice short par 4. It's only 300 yards, but if you land even just 2 feet off the fairway, you're gonna end up like me, and your ball's gonna be over here in the crud. I've got a stump in my way. I've got 2 trees. There's just no way that I can get at the green. I have to bump out onto the fairway, and now I can hit my approach shot. You see, River Oaks is a great place to learn golf. They've done an amazing job balancing the difficulty. This course is my thermometer. This is where I come to measure if I'm getting better at scoring the ball. And possibly most importantly, they stay open longer than any course I'm aware of, which in Utah is not an easy task because it's only October and winter is just the other side of the turn. Thank you so much to River Oaks for having us out. I'll be back. I hope to see you back here at River Oaks or in our next video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell us where we should go next. We are your humble servants. Mahalo nui.